Welcome back to Starting a Business Simplified. I'm your host, Suzy Wraines, and I'm so excited that you're here for this episode. We are starting a new year, and in this new year, 2024, maybe you want to start a business. This episode is all about starting your business, simplified actions that you can take right now today to get started. So let's dive into the episode. The first thing I want to say is I'm going to be talking about services. So if you're thinking about starting a product based business, this can be helpful information, but it may not pertain to you completely. Product based businesses have a little bit different way of looking at their products, costs, and inventory and things like that. If you're doing drop shipping or not, or warehousing, all of that stuff. And I'm not going to cover that in this episode. I am going to cover service based businesses. So, for those of you looking to start a service based business, stay tuned and listen through the entire episode. At the end, I will give you a takeaway of what you can do right now to get started. So, what is the first thing that you do? The first thing you want to do when you want to start a business is, first of all, have an idea of what service you provide. And if you're not sure what service you want to provide, then I have a tip for you. I want you to take out a piece of paper and a pen. If you're a person who doesn't write things out, but you want to do it on your phone or you want to do it on your computer, that's okay too. You're going to set a timer for 5 minutes, and that is a really long time when you're writing. Just going to warn you, but stick with me. Make sure you do this. This is so incredibly important. Set a timer for 5 minutes, and I want you to write without editing yourself. Free write all the ideas that you have for services that you would want to provide. Maybe it's services that you have been looking for and you couldn't find. Maybe it's services that you've received that weren't as quality as you wanted them to be. And it might be services that you are just coming up with that you haven't heard of before, but would be a valuable asset for people. It doesn't matter. Write them down. Write down every idea you can think of and try to limit yourself to that 5 minutes. If you get stuck, allow yourself to get creative. Write down things that are outrageous, that may not even be something that you will ever do. Write it down anyway. And then after the 5 minutes is over, you're going to set that aside. And I don't want you to look at it again. Give it 24 hours. Just go back to your life, whatever it is that you're doing, and don't worry about it. Allow your creative brain to absorb all of that information that you just pulled out and just leave it. The next day or a couple of days later, I want you to go through that list, read through it, and you're going to identify three. 1, 2, 3. Only three. Pick three of the top ideas that you wrote down. Three of the top service ideas you wrote down. And you're going to take those and you're going to start a new piece of paper. You're going to start a new document on your computer, or you're going to start a new note in your phone. Whatever way that you like to take notes. In this exercise, you are actually going to list just list one of them. It doesn't have to be in order. Just list that first one, the idea. Again, set your timer. This time you're only going to set it for 2 minutes. I want this to be something that you do quickly and that what comes up for you is what is good for you. So you're going to ask yourself specific questions. I want you to think about this service that you wrote down, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine yourself doing this service every single day, just like if you were going to a job. Picture yourself in this service. What does it feel like? How are you imagining you're feeling in your body? You're feeling in your mind. You're actually doing this service every single day. You're waking up in the morning, it's there. You're going to bed at night thinking, okay, I'm going to do this again tomorrow, over and over and over. And I want you to, for the first question, I want you to ask, Will I enjoy doing this service every single day? And it's a yes or no question. Are you going to enjoy doing it every single day? The next question I want you to ask yourself is this service something that I can talk about nonstop, 24/7? If someone asks me about it, I'm so incredibly excited about it that I could just talk and talk and talk and talk. And it's so fun. And I love sharing it. And I love telling people about it. And this is a yes or no question as well. Can you do that? Do you feel that way about that service that you're providing? And that's a yes or no question. And the third question is this something that you could do year after year after year? We started with a day, every single day. And now I want you to think ahead further. I want you to go further with it. Picture yourself 5 years down the road. Is this something that you love so incredibly much that you're still doing it and it's still fun and you still love it and you still enjoy it? And again, yes or no. Is this something that you could see yourself doing 5 years from now? Now, I want you to ask those questions for each service. So the three that you picked out. So we just did the first one. I want you to take the second one and the third one and do the same thing. Whatever comes up for you in this exercise, you are going to evaluate which service has the most yeses. Which service or which one did you say yes to that you know you can do? Yes, I can do this every single day. That's a yes. Or yes, I can talk about this over and over and over again. And maybe it's not something that you're incredibly excited about every single day. And you're going to have moments and you're like, I might, I could do it every day, but it's not always going to be fun. And that's okay. What we're trying to get to is pick the one service that has the most yeses or that gives you the most yes in the area that you feel comfortable moving forward. As a new business owner, the two main things is you have to enjoy what you do. You have to like it. You absolutely have to like it. And the second one is you have to be able to talk about it with excitement and with passion and with knowledge and just, this is what I do. And you're hearing me on my podcast. Some of you are watching this on the video. I just started doing video podcasting. It's brand new for me. And the reason that I can do this and overcome any type of anxiety, fears, or anything that comes up when it's like, oh, hit record, but now we're going to hit record with the camera on. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? Because this is a topic that I love. It's a topic that I can talk about 24/7, never get bored, love teaching it, love coaching it, love talking about it. You get the point. Anyway, that's the point, is finding something that you're passionate about enough that's sustainable. And it may be something that surprises you. Maybe, and I'm going to use an example. So my husband and I, we had a photography business several years ago. And both of us, we went into it thinking we love photography and we love doing it. And he was editing and I was doing the business side and we both took pictures and we liked it for the first year. And then it became a job and it took the fun out of it. So I want you to realize it doesn't have to be a passion that you currently have. It doesn't have to be a passion at all. You just have to like it. You have to like the day in and day out because it's your business. It's what you're going to be doing. You have to like doing this every single day. It's like taking a job, doing a task that you cannot stand. You're not going to take that job if you can help it. So do your business service, have it be something that you like enough to do every single day or enough to talk about all the time, because that's a part of business ownership too, is you need to share it. And that goes into my second thing. So the first thing is come up with your idea. What is your service idea? Your second thing is to have a vision. Write out a vision. What does that look like 3 years from now, 5 years from now, several years from now? In a perfect world, when your business has blossomed into the beautiful flower that you want it to be, what does that look like? Write that down. What is that vision for you? Write that down. And then step number 3 is Who are you working with in that vision? Who are your clients as a service provider? When you're visioning, I'm going to use an example of a massage therapy. Say you're a massage therapist and you're envisioning people walking into your building. You have a location that they come to, and you're picturing those people walking in the door. Who are those people? What do they look like? What types of services are they asking for? How are you interacting with them? How is your staff interacting with them? Really take a minute and write out these details. What is it like when you wake up in the morning to go to your business? What is it like for you when you're doing your business tasks? How does that feel? How does it make you feel inside? Write that down in your vision. And I want you to really focus on yourself. How do you feel? What kind of a person are you showing up as in that perfect business that has been developed over these 5 years? So that's step number 3. Think about who your clients are. And that's going to give you an idea of how much to charge. Because depending on where, again, using the massage therapy, if you're located in a high end area, you're going to charge a high end price. If you're located in a more reasonable budget friendly area, then you're probably going to charge budget friendly prices. That is okay. That's all part of your pricing strategy. So you're going to want to think about who you're serving and what types of services you're offering. Are you offering massages for middle middle to lower class people who you want to help them to use it as a way for healthcare, to help them stay healthy, to help them in whatever it is that they're doing? Are you offering it to, students of like high school students that are doing sports and you want to offer them, a cost effective way for them to get massage therapy that's going to help them with their sporting events? Whatever is your idea is, that's going to dictate how much you charge. If you have clientele that are it's a spa-like experience and you want them to have all of the spa experience that comes with it and you're in a higher end area, you're going to charge way different than if you're located somewhere else. That's part of thinking through your pricing. Know your audience, know who you're selling to, because you can sell to anybody. It's you deciding who are your people, where are those people coming from? So we've got your service, your vision, who you're selling to, an idea around how you want to charge your pricing. And this leads me to the last thing, which is your finances, because now you know how much you charge and you know how much your expenses roughly might be. If you're a high end massage therapy spa, you're going to have high end massage therapy spa expenses. You're going to have higher rent. You're going to have higher quality things that you put into your location. You're going to have higher staff that you hire. Everything's going to be higher, 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 but you're charging more. And if you're at the entry level, budget friendly, things are going to cost a little bit less, and that's okay. This is where understanding your business finances, getting to the details, writing out how much is it going to cost for me to have this business. Make a list. Again, I'm a list maker. Get out a pen and paper, get on your computer, get on your phone, list out everything that you can think of that you need to spend money on to provide your service. And I'm limiting this to just providing your service right now. What do you need to purchase so that you can ask clients to come work with you right now, next week, next month, in 6 months, whenever you're launching your business? All you need is what you need to provide the service. So you're not spending more money than you need to at the beginning. This is going to set you up for success. Don't spend money on things you don't need. Spend money on how do I take care of my client? This is the biggest tip that I will give you. Only spend money on what you need to service your client. Then they pay you pay your expenses, and what's left over you can use to evaluate if you need other things to purchase to improve the quality of your service or to improve your location if you're doing a location, to improve the stuff that you use in your back end of your business, to give your staff bonuses or to hire more staff. All these things get calculated in, but at the very beginning, all you need to do is get clients. This is the secret to being a successful business owner. The beginning, you're getting clients. That's your number one priority. So, what are you doing for a service? Who are you doing that service for? How much are you charging? And what do you need to get started? That's it. You can launch your business in 2024 just doing those things. I'm so excited for you and what you have coming in the new year. I'm excited as my business is growing, expanding, and changing. And thank you so much for listening. I have had my podcast for a year now, celebrating that year of podcasting, and I'm loving it and it's fun. And this is something I can do every single day. And again, going back to doing the things you love, that's going to give you the type of business that you love and you enjoy. So do those things before you spend any money on starting a business. This will give you all the tools that you need. All right. So we're towards the end of the episode, and I promised you that I would give you a tip to take away. My tip for you is the one thing that you can set up right now that's most important for starting a business. All those things that you wrote down that I just told you about, this one thing is going to guarantee you success. And that is open a bank account separate from your personal. It does not have to be a business. Business, I did air quotes for those of you listening, business bank account. It just has to be separate from your personal one. Then set up a payment processor. Set up a way to collect your payments from your new client. That's the biggest thing because business is about offering a service and getting compensated. You can offer your service. You've got that in the bag. You know what you're doing. The next step is how do you collect the payment? If you do those two things, then as you set up all of the things that I just talked about, you'll be ready to take clients as soon as somebody says, I want to hire you. As soon as somebody walks in your door and says, I want a massage. How are you collecting their payments? Where's that money going? It needs to go into your separate account where you are now a new business owner. That's what being in business is all about. Collecting those payments, doing the service you love, and living a life that you wake up every morning excited to do. So I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for what's coming for you in the new year. I'm excited for me and what's coming in the new year. If you have any questions at all, listen to the podcast episodes. I encourage you, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be having more and more information coming out in the coming year. And just get started. Just get started. I have an episode that talks specifically about setting up your payment processing. Go ahead and listen to that episode. It has all kinds of details in it on what to decide, like how you want to decide to set up payments. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm happy to chat with you about your new business. What are you doing? How are you going to set it up? It's what I love. And I hope you find something that you love as much as I do. As always, keep it simple.